I'll never buy another case to protect my gear after this one. When I first got started in the video world, I was stoked to fill up my 1510 case. It fit in the overhead on a plane and could hold everything I needed, but over time, I've had to add tons of cases to the mix to protect all my stuff. Cases are one of those purchases where you don't put a ton of thought into it since it's just a case. That's what I thought until I discovered Nanuk. I bought the 935 case from a deal on B&H, but didn't explore much further until I went to NABshow in Las Vegas. That's where I found the Nanuk 955, with interior dimensions of 22 inches by 17 inches and 10.2 inch depths, a weight of 18.4 pounds, and a volume of 62.5 liters. This case is my new favorite. This video isn't sponsored by Nanuk. They're not paying me to say good things, but full transparency, I received this case for free with no strings attached. This means I can say good or bad things, and I'm not motivated to steer you one way or the other. Here's a closer look. So this is the Nanuk 955 case, and this is very similar to other hard shell rolling cases that you've seen, but it's also very different. And I love what Nanuk's done with this. It's actually pretty much what sold me on this. I saw this at NABshow this year, and this was how I knew that I had to start working with Nanuk products, because I'm going to show you a couple features here that you'll see other companies aren't really thinking about. So first of all, on the back, we have our handle, and I love that you just hit this little button down to release it. It pulls up one level, and then you can actually pull it down again, and it goes up even higher. So based on your height and your preference, you have that flexibility to choose whatever's most comfortable for you. There is also a top handle, so if you're pulling this out of a car or just need to drag this somewhere, you can do that as you wish. Now, if we go to the front side, this is kind of how we'd open it up. There's another handle here, and even on the bottom where the wheels are, there's another handle. So you can really pick this up from anywhere that you wish. But one of the features that I want to talk about here is these clips. So on other cases, I have found that it is easy to get your hand pinched. Sometimes it's really hard to pry the clips off when the case has pressurized or if it just hasn't been touched in a while. But what I like about these is that there's a silver latch in here. It's a latch. When you push that down, then you pull the bottom of this up, and this just comes off. It's so much more secure. And did you notice it actually clicked when it went down to the bottom? So once it's open, it clicks into place. That means that I'm never going to end up trying to close this and getting the latches stuck inside of it because they get in the way. So all these latches, and they click in place. It's not fully locked there. I can release it by hitting that silver tab again. But that is a small touch that I think really makes the difference in this case. I want to show you inside. There's another thing that was really the big seller for me and probably the reason why this will be my go-to case for things moving on in the future. As we open this up, ta-da, you see that? You see this? This came with it. This was not some extra add-on that I had to like screw in or Velcro in. This whole organizer came with it. And they're clear pouches, so I can see what's inside of them. I don't have to go fishing for stuff. I'm not going to mention other companies' names, but other companies don't always make this really pretty, clear, usable pouch that comes with it. And then on top of that, there's a gigantic pocket back here. So you can Velcro it shut, right? So it doesn't go anywhere. But this pocket could easily fit, I don't know, maybe a 17 to 20 inch monitor, probably a little bigger than a 20-inch monitor. So if you're live streaming, you could fit a monitor in here. And they've got these Velcro straps at the top because this is adjustable. So you can adjust how far out this goes. You could even just leave it open if you needed to. And inside, there are two sections. There's the full section, right? But then there's almost like a neoprene padded sleeve. So if you had an iPad or if you had a smaller laptop, you could fit that in here. And then you've got the nice protective case, which is kind of rubberized. So I wouldn't be afraid of putting something that is maybe a little more fragile inside of this pocket. So I love what they did here. And this was probably the big sell for me. And as soon as I saw this, I was like, yep, this is going to be my case moving forward. And just taking advantage of all this real estate, so there's no wasted space here. These pockets at various shapes and sizes are really useful for storing batteries, for storing cables, adapters, anything like that. And then you have the padded insert here. So that's the main padded insert that fits into the bottom. Haven't even pulled it out of the plastic yet, but similar to all the other cases that I've had my gear in, there's a bunch of padded foam dividers, and it just gives you that ability to make and create your own layout that works best for your equipment. So Nanuk, fantastic idea on the inside and insert of this. I really love the quality of this. I love how padded it is. It makes it feel like my gear is going to be safe. I've definitely had some questionable times where I'm chucking stuff in on top and I'm like hoping that the little foam piece that usually resides in the top lid of a case is going to protect it. But I love making use of all of the real estate. And so that is why I love the Nanuk cases. If you're interested in getting the 955 from Nanuk, or maybe some of the Cubiks, or even the backpack, the 30L backpack, or maybe even just the 935, that's the one that fits on the airplane, I highly recommend using the links down below. It does help to support my channel. It costs no extra to you, and it's greatly appreciated to help me continue to make videos just like this. Now, before we go, let me show you the Cubiks and their rough size compared to this case. So this is our medium Cubik, and this is our small Cubik, and they actually fit perfectly in here with some room to spare. So if you wanted to use this case, you could put your Cubiks inside of here and still have some room for a few additional items. Just wanted to point that out to you in case you were thinking how you might use those in your setup. You could also fit multiple of the small Cubiks into the backpack, so that's another option for you as well. And being able to take these in and out, right? Take some of these out of the case, pop them in the backpack for the day, bring it back to the hotel room, charge stuff up, pop it back in here to travel back home. Great options by Nanuk. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Nanuk did a great job of thinking about the little details, from the locking latches that are way easier to use than other brands, to the lid organizer allowing you to store even more stuff in the case. I'm pretty stoked to put this into play. I've been considering making a full-blown streaming kit, a full-blown lighting kit, or finally replacing my 2-camera and lens kit, which currently resides in a backpack. So keep an eye out for a follow-up video later on to see where I go with this. If you're interested in checking out the Nanuk cases, I've got them linked down below in the description.